News Radio Wham 1180 welcomes you to the Seniors Rock Show. The Seniors Rock Show, a lively weekly discussion shedding a bright light on aging with fun, entertainment, and important info for all adults. Join us with your comments or questions. Call or text 222-1180 or 1-800-295-1180. Now, from the News Radio Wham 1180 studios in downtown Rochester, here's your host, Joanna Palvino.
Welcome to Seniors Rock Radio in the July 4th weekend. We're going to get you in a patriotic mood to get the holiday started, and we want to remind you what the 4th of July represents. So, from my co-host and our resident historian, estate planning attorney, Mike Robinson, we're going to hear about that. He's well qualified, believe me, because I know that he reads the Declaration of Independence every year at this time. And right after he does that, we'll be joined by today's guest, Mike Krossber of Krossber Brothers Pool and Spa. Mike's passionate about what water can do for his customers, and he knows the health benefits too. So, and many of us don't realize what they are, and I don't think that you know them all, but he'll tell us. So, wellness in water will be Mike Krossber's main topic today, like it is every day. Mike Robinson, let's get this party started.
All right. Hey, Joanna, happy Saturday and happy 4th of July weekend.
Thank you.
So, yeah, I do, as you said, every year about this time, I reread the Declaration of Independence, and you know, it's different years. I get different things out of it, and something different I found this year. In addition to reflecting on the significance of the event, I thought about how that signing came about, the signing of the Declaration of Independence, because it was not some kind of a sudden event. And just a quick bit of history. You know, resentment of the British government and the colonies had been growing for years, and the idea of independence from Great Britain was an ongoing topic of discussion in the Continental Congress. And on June 7th of 1776, Delegate Richard Henry Lee of Virginia formally offered a resolution to the Second Continental Congress to declare the colonies' independence from Great Britain. The delegates then returned to their respective home assemblies for discussion and direction, and on July 2nd, 1776, the Congress voted to declare independence. Now, of course, the document that we know as the Declaration of Independence was signed on July 4, 1776, and that's what we celebrate. But the actual declaration, the legal Declaration of Independence from Great Britain, occurred on July 2. But the document, the Declaration of Independence, it was significant because it was both a public proclamation of independence and it contained the fundamental principles upon which the new government was founded. So what struck me differently this year as I read the Declaration was what had to happen in order for that document to be approved and signed by members of the Continental Congress, because those 56 signatories to the document were not all of like mind. You know, there were moderates who were inclined to proceed cautiously. There were more radical delegates advocating for rejection of British rule. We had the southern colonies whose interests diverged from the interests of the middle colonies, whose interests diverged from the interests of the New England colonies, and so on. But they agreed on the importance of presenting a unified front and on the importance of having a document that the great majority of delegates would sign. So what did they do? They compromised. They were able to make the concessions necessary to produce a final draft that would garner the 56 signatures. And the Declaration, in fact, went through several drafts. Thomas Jefferson, of course, was the primary draftsman, but edits were made by Benjamin Franklin and John Adams and then by the Congress as a whole. And in the end, they were able to produce the document that we know today. And I think the reason that fact struck me the way it did is that we have way too many people in our current Congress that seem unable to compromise and unwilling to work in any way with members from the other party.
Or even to come back from vacation.
Or maybe even come back from vacation. You know, they seem to be more interested in grandstanding than in actually getting work done. And frankly, we're suffering for it. There is important work that Congress needs to be doing, and it's not getting done. So, my 2 cents here is this is an election year, and I would encourage folks to keep that in mind as we all head to the polls this November, and let's work on supporting people who can actually get the work done.
Well, Mike, thank you for reminding us what we have to be thankful for and the freedoms that we know today. And wow, it was a complicated situation, it sounds like. You think about, they all just got together and signed the Declaration, but whoa, there was a lot that happened before that. So thanks for reminding us. And how did you find out all this information, by the way?
I've always enjoyed history, so I just have read quite a bit about that time, and it's sort of fun to envision everybody in that hot room in Philadelphia in July, debating and discussing. And obviously it was a serious issue. They were, as I think one person referred to it, they were all signing their own death warrants when they signed that Declaration of Independence.
Wow.
Because if they were not successful in the war that ultimately resulted, they all would have been hanged. Or worse.
That's right. Wow, that's wild. Yeah, I never thought of it that way either. So thank you again. You're, you take us on another trip again, down history lane, and you do that a lot. So I appreciate it. I appreciate all you tell us about estate planning too. And I don't know how this can spin into estate planning, but I just wanted to remind people that Mike Robinson does have a law office, and it's the law office of Michael Robinson. Whoa.
There you go. Easy to remember for me.
That's right. And so, there's another thing that we need to celebrate, and that is that we have plentiful water in this country, Mike. I think we usually think of water as something to quench our thirst or cool us off or get us clean, but it does a lot more than that. And Mike Krossber of Krossber Pools and Spa is our area expert on the benefits you can expect if you take a good soak in water. And he was with us last year, and we learned a lot. So we invited him back to tell us about those benefits, and they will surprise you, believe me. We'll tell you what they are next on News Radio, Wham 1180, and the Seniors Rock Show.
And welcome back to the Seniors Rock Show. And I'd like to welcome now our area pool and spa expert, Mike Krossber, whose main topic today is wellness and water. Mike and his brother Jim are co-owners of Krossber Brothers Pool and Spa, where they're proud that they've been bringing families together through the joy of pool and spa ownership since 2009. Mike, thanks for joining us.
Hey, guys.
Good to see you, Mike, and thank you, as Mike said, for joining us today. I know this is a busy season for you with pools and spas, and I'm glad you're here. So I wanted to start with the basics and fill the listeners in, if you will, what a free flow spa is.
Yes, a free flow spa is a one-piece, portable, very durable plug-and-play spa that you can plug into any 110 outlet, fill it up, and enjoy. Yet it's fully insulated for our harsh winter climate, so they're just a great product to get into hot tubbing.
Wow! And do you have to have like a deck or something to put those on?
All you need is just a solid drainable surface. So be it a deck, a patio, concrete, tamped stone. We've put them in a lot of different places. There's no serious initial investment that needs to be made to enjoy one.
And is this the one I remember last year we talked about? You even put them in townhomes.
We sure do. Actually, just this past week, we delivered one into a townhome garage, plugged it right into their garage outlet, and now they're hot tubbing right from their townhome garage.
Wow, that's awesome. I guess you should check with the HOA first, though. Right?
Good idea.
Yeah, you never know. But anyway, what are the benefits of soaking in a spa? That astounded me last year, so I want you to tell us about that again.
Yes, there's so many. Initially, the stress relief, the reduction in inflammation in your muscles. It improves circulation. So it's an all-in-one package. Simple as 15 to 20 minutes a day in that hot water can lead to a lot of health benefits. It increases insulin sensitivity for diabetics. With anything like this, you should always consult your doctor for any of the health risks or benefits associated with you. But overall, the reduction in stress and improved sleep is probably the two biggest ones that our customers boast about.
Excellent. And when you say daily soaking, what are we talking about as far as time?
Yeah, so my ritual has kind of shifted now with another new one in our household. I really enjoy mine that 15 to 20 minutes before bed. I find that I don't wake up during the night anymore. I go right off to sleep, very relaxed. A lot of the folks at our store that work at the store, cousin Chad and Jeremiah, they enjoy theirs in the morning for 15 to 20 minutes, enjoying their morning coffee. So the routine is typically that 15 to 20, be at the beginning or the end of your day. You can start off the day stress-free, end the day stress-free. Some people even do both, but that's kind of the routine that we teach folks.
I like it. I like it a lot.
And you mentioned stress and anxiety. So how does it help with that?
Yeah, so when you get into that hot water, it takes your mind and body out of that fight or flight, puts you into a relaxed state, causes that release of dopamine that everyone's searching for, and that happens quite rapidly when you get into a hot tub. So you find yourself just in that relaxed state. Usually, when you get out, you're for the most part either ready to attack your day, or for me personally, I'm ready to just drift away and get some good sleep.
I was going to say, I think I'd be an end of the day type person.
Yeah. Sounds like it's like a massage almost. Like
Right.
It just relaxes you. Oh, yeah. Water is wonderful. That's really cool.
And you mentioned this, Mike, earlier, but I'm going to ask you again because folks may have missed it, and I think it's important. Do you need some special electrical setup for a free flow spa?
It's one of the reasons my brother and I chose this brand for a plug and play. You do not. This can simply plug into a dedicated 110 outlet, just like any other appliance. But for those out there that want something a little more serious out of it, we chose this brand because it is a two-in-one. You can convert it to 220 and have it run on a more serious electrical need. But right out of the box, you can just simply plug it in, fill it up. There is no special electrical need.
Wow, that sounds pretty simple. And obviously, you own one of those spas.
Yes. I've had the Free Flow Excursion premiere now for 5 years. My wife and I are prepping for one of our new saltwater spas, but we've enjoyed the benefits of a free flow for many years.
Okay, I know you have 4 children. Count them, folks, 4. It's a big family these days, Mike, and they're adorable. I remember seeing them last year. We'll see them again. We'll tell you where in a few minutes, but do the children go in the spa, or is it not? Do you have to be a certain age do they recommend?
No, they do enjoy it. So, their body temps, just like ours, are 98.9. So my wife and I just keep the hot tub a little bit cooler, just a few degrees below body temp. And then we have a rule that every 15 minutes we have them pop out, have a glass of cold water to rehydrate, and then they can hop back in and have a good time.
And hopefully relax and go to bed.
Yes.
Sounds like a good strategy.
Tell us about the family, because I know, we love that this is a family-owned local business, and you've been doing this for quite a few years. How did it get started?
My brother and I, many years ago now, I think this is our 15th year, we did work at another venture. At one point in time, the owner of that venture was our third business partner, and we kind of split off in 2009. Hit the ground running, and it seems like we blinked, and now here we are in 2024. Wow. But my mother works with us, my cousin. I think my dad's probably out at the warehouse property mowing today. We really enjoy making it a family venture and try to focus on family and fun before anything else.
And it shows because I've met your mother and I've met your cousins and I met some of the other folks in your family last year. We will meet them again and hopefully have some fun because there is an event coming up we're going to tell you about in a minute. But before we do that, I wanted to just take a minute for folks who just tuned in and let you know we're talking to Mike Krossber. He's with Krossber Pools and Spa. And if you want to look them up, you can find them on Facebook. In fact, huge following on Facebook and lots of great reviews on Krossber Pools on Facebook. Or you can go to krossberpools.com and find all about Mike, see his picture, see Mom, all those people. Are they on the website?
They sure are. And my youngest sister's joining the team this year, too, so she'll be on there as well.
Oh, great. And so she's new to the family business?
She is. She just secured a teaching job, so her summers are free, and we're going to bring her on and have her help us out.
Terrific. I love that.
Summers are no longer free. There you go.
Now, do the kids want to help? I mean, do they try to help you? Or how old are they, by the way?
So my youngest is 10 months. Then we have a 5-year-old daughter, a 7-year-old daughter, and then a 9-year-old son. So, and they do like to come help sweep and pick up the garbage.
Yeah, enjoy that while you can. And want to do a shout out to them real quick because they're probably listening.
Oh, they sure are. Hey, guys, I love you. When I get home, we'll jump in the pool and have a nice 4th of July weekend barbecue.
Wow, that sounds
good. Hey, I've got a quick question. You mentioned you're maybe getting a saltwater spa. So the free flow spa, that is just regular fresh water?
Yeah, the free flows are more traditional in terms of maintaining with chlorine. We still teach people a mineral-based program to keep it a little more chemical-free, but they do have a separate set of demands over saltwater.
Okay, folks, if you're thinking about getting a pool or a spa now, this could be your lucky day. Krossber Pool and Spa's annual Soak and Save event is just around the corner. More on the big event that Seniors Rock will be broadcasting from next. Stay right there. Welcome back. I'm Joanna, host of Seniors Rock Radio. We'll continue now with Mike Krossber of Krossber Brothers Pool and Spa. In the last segment, Mike shared some of the great health benefits of daily spa usage, and that's only a few minutes a day. And there are some other compelling reasons, and we went over those. If you'd like to meet Mike and get a great deal on a spa, we've got the event for you. And it's not just because Mike Robinson and I will be there live broadcasting. Not from a spa, folks, or the pool. Don't worry about that. But seriously, if you've been waiting for a reason to get that spa you've been dreaming about, this is what you want to put on your calendar. It's the annual Soak and Save event, Friday, July 26th, and that goes through Sunday, July 28th. So it's only 3 days, and it's at the Canandaigua Civic Center. That's 250 North Bloomfield Road, and that's in Farmington, right out on the way to Canandaigua. So Mike Krossber and his family will be there, and so will lots and lots of spas and pools. Mike, tell us about the Soak and Save event and what folks can expect to see there, please.
Yeah, so every year I try to mix it up. We do take over the whole entire Civic Center. I think this year I'm going to fill it with more spas than ever before. We're going to have some really good food going on, going to have some games for kids and families. I like to work with some local vendors, other small family-owned businesses like ours. So I'm going to be talking to a couple other outfits. I'll wait to surprise you with who's going to be there as we get closer to the date. I'll announce it on our social media. But you can expect this one to be bigger and better than ever before.
Well, I was there last year, and he isn't kidding. The place is huge, number one, and it is filled. Can you give us a rough idea of how many spas are on display?
Well, I sure can. We just actually this morning unloaded 3 more truckloads. So I'm looking to have 50 to 60 spas on display with models up and running for families to see. We're going to go all in this year.
Wow.
That's really cool. And we'll be there, as I said. We'll be broadcasting, so we'll be reminding you to come out. And I remember last year there were a lot of signs on the roads around the area, so you can look for those again this year, I'm thinking, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's pointing to the spa sale, Soak and Save. And, there's another thing we learned about last year, and I think this is really cool, so I wanted you to fill people in. Sometimes I think the perception of having a spa or a pool is that it's a lot of work. You always hear that, there's so much work. Well, I hear that this freshwater IQ takes that away. Tell us about that.
It is absolutely incredible. This is a new innovation that behind the scenes Caldera was working on since 2013, and now it's officially here live. So the freshwater IQ system pairs with the freshwater salt system on our saltwater hot tubs. This system tests the water on the hour every hour, and then reports to you what needs to be added to keep the spa chemically balanced. So this takes all of the guesswork out of owning a spa. It's the biggest inhibitor on why people don't buy spas, and our brand Caldera Spas has now answered that. It's incredible, works very well. Caldera is very good at providing updates as years go on to improve these products. So I'm just very excited about the direction that the company is going. We've installed many of them this summer alone, and our homeowners couldn't be happier with how they're performing. They can really focus on enjoying the therapeutic benefits and taking the worry out of maintaining it.
And I know if folks just tuned in, they might be wondering, what were those benefits? Can you just give us a quick rundown again on those?
I sure can. So, the biggest benefit is reducing stress and anxiety, improving sleep. A lot of our homeowners will come in and they'll have that specific ailment or ache or pain that they want addressed by a new hot tub. And the good news is with our brand, it focuses on that circuit therapy. So each and every seat has a station to address a specific therapeutic need, with most of it being pain relief, reducing that stress, improving their sleep. It's a really powerhouse of a brand for addressing those benefits.
And I remember last year there was a big sign in the middle of the floor, and it listed all those benefits. So, folks, if you didn't remember them, you can go to the sale and check it out. But they are very compelling. And what better way to relax than to get into a spa and just float away for a few minutes before you go to sleep? I think it's a wonderful idea. Or in the morning, like you said, with your coffee, whatever you prefer. And thanks for telling me that this is a family-friendly event again. I remember last year they were playing cornhole and the kids were playing games, and it was very festive. So, yes, it is definitely a family-friendly event. Anything special that you're going to do for the kids?
Yeah, so with the kids, that's one of my favorite parts. In a former life, I worked at a toy store, and I always try to bring that back to the forefront when everything I do. So I'm going to be doing a lot of giveaways this year for kids, be it pool floats, toys, games. We're going to have multiple cornhole boards set up. You might even see a bounce house going in there. But now we're going to really put kids at the forefront. They'll get to enjoy fresh ice cream, toys, prizes, games. We want to make this fun. They can have plenty to do while mom and dad consider a new spa.
Yeah. Yeah. And, that's another perception. You think about a spa and you think about, sitting in the spa, with your loved one and enjoying a glass of wine. But no, you can have your family around too. I mean, you know what I mean? It's just like you think about this romantic thing, or maybe I do. But it's good to remember that it's a family affair. You can bring the kids in the spa. You can enjoy it together. It's not just for the adults, right?
No, and it's a great way. We hear a lot from our spa owners that it's a way for the kids to disconnect from those electronics, and it kind of puts them in front of mom and dad for just a family. In my household, we do Family Friday game night. We have a lot of customers that do their Family Friday spa night. It's just a way to get away from those screens and really enjoy the one-on-one.
Terrific. I love it. And they don't want to bring those things in the water, so that is excellent. It's probably one of the only places they can't bring them. So great. All right. And Mike Robinson and I will be broadcasting live, as I said, from the event on Saturday. Come and say hello and have some fun with us and with Mike and Krossber and his family. Again, it's 3 days only, Friday, July 26th through Sunday, July 28th. Tell them some other incentives, because I think it's just 0% on anything they get for how many months?
Yeah, we're going to be doing working locally with Reliant Credit Union on 0% for 60 months. Along with some raffles, giveaways. The factory is going to be bringing some rebates and some free goodies to include with every purchase too. So this is going to be a big one, guys. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I can't wait.
I'm looking forward to it.
Mm-hmm. Mike Krossber, thank you for joining us today, and best wishes for a great event. We can't wait to see you there, and for a great summer, because it looks like you're really enjoying it. And I love that game night thing on Friday nights. Well, keep it up. You're a great dad and a great guy, and we're really appreciative that you joined us and tell us about the benefits of soaking in a spa.
Well, thank you as well, and I hope everybody out there has a safe and happy summer.
Thank you so much. Remember, folks, Krossber Pools, you can find them on Facebook or krossberpools.com. And if you need to call them, 742-3207. That's 742-3207. Not everyone loves fireworks and festivities, though. Find out who that is next on Seniors Rock Radio. Welcome back to Seniors Rock Radio. Mike, it's no secret that we're animal lovers here on the Seniors Rock Radio show. In fact, in the U.S., there are millions of people that live with pets. So I'm going to take a moment now to ask you to please remember, folks, that fireworks, picnics, and other 4th of July traditions can be great for all of us people, but can be very frightening and even dangerous for animals. And those fireworks, leave your pets at home, please. If you're going to the fireworks, keep them inside if the neighbors are setting them off. It's very unsettling for them, and sometimes they'll even run away. So this is not a time to, be parading the puppy around. Make sure that they're safe and that they're in a quiet place so they don't get upset. Now, this is the time I'll remind you that there are classic downtown fireworks. Don't take your animals, but do check it out. It's an extravaganza they've been having for years, and they are coming back again this year over downtown Rochester at 10 o'clock on the 4th of July. So that's going to be nice. Thank you to Mike Krossber for being here and for his dedication to our community and keeping his customers water-wise and us. How about those spa benefits? Pretty cool. And we're always grateful to our sponsors and for all the information that they provide. And you can find them and see them and click to them on the seniorsrockradio.com site. And feel free to send us a message, too, on the contact page while you're over there. Now, I have one more event to add to your calendar, and it's the Community Wellness Fair. at our sponsor, Agape Physical Therapy's Webster location. That is on Ready Friday, July 12th. It's only from 11 till 1, but you should check it out. Maybe you've got your lunch hour. You just want to take a ride over. Meet some of the doctors of PT there. And some of them have been on the show. They're really knowledgeable. And they'll also have some of the local business partners that they work with that are also health-oriented. So you can do things like try the anti-gravity treadmill. You can take a look at the aquatic hydro tank. It's pretty cool, too. And you might win something. There will be giveaways, I hear. And now that's Friday, July 12th at Agape's Webster location, right next to Corona's Mexican Restaurant at 1075 Ridge Road in Webster. Mike, do you have any final thoughts today?
Well, I just, wanted to wish everybody a happy 4th of July weekend, and I hope folks stay safe and as well as having fun. We're going to get together with family, of course, and have some fun times. The fireworks, are you going to go downtown for the fireworks?
I don't know. I haven't decided yet, and that's on the table. But I want to. You were talking about something earlier on the break that some people are not using regular fireworks like we know, but they're using drones. What is that about?
Yeah, so they're really cool. And if you go online, just Google, drone exhibition or something like that. But what they are is they're small drones affixed with lights, and they can change colors. And they're all programmed and choreographed so that they can look like traditional fireworks, or they can be programmed to look like people or animals or other objects. It's really quite something. If you go, some of these are just incredible. They're breathtaking. So if you go online and just search for that, folks, you can get a good look at what they might be. And it's probably the wave of the future because they're more environmentally friendly. They don't produce the smoke and the sulfur that we hear. The traditional fireworks, oftentimes debris lands in places that we might not want it to land, and pets can pick that up, or kids can can get injured with it. So anyway, that's just it's an alternative that it seems like more and more places who traditionally do send off fireworks are moving towards the drones.
Yeah,
I know
I love it.
From our house, we can see fireworks displays from a few different towns as well as from the city. So we won't be going downtown to watch the fireworks. We're going to be able to see all that right from the yard.
And we do see the fireworks along the lake. If folks in the houses along the lake, sometimes they do it too, so we can see from the window. But we do have a small dog, and we'll be keeping her inside. I don't take her out, and so that kind of limits what I'm going to be doing, unfortunately. But she's worth it. So
there you go.
But you know what? Fireworks have always scared me, Mike. I got to tell you the truth. And we've been involved in putting the fireworks off at the lake, and that was me yelling, get away from there, don't hang over the fire. And I just makes me very nervous because you hear about people, unfortunately losing fingers and so on. That when you're not thinking, especially when people are drinking and all these festivities are going on. I don't think they're thinking straight sometimes with the safety aspect.
Yeah. In fact, we have a friend who is an emergency room physician at one of the local hospitals, and she says every year, somebody comes in and all she can think to herself is, "What were you thinking?" Yeah,
no kidding. It's you really need to be careful, folks, if you're involved with fireworks or fire. And don't get me going on that. Anyway, it's going to be a lovely weekend, and I hope that you're with your family and friends and that you're enjoying yourselves. And you said you're going to be home, Mike. Are you going to barbecue?
Absolutely. Going to do that. And the other benefit of being at home is we get another type of fireworks, fireflies.
Oh, I remember you talked about them last year. They must come back every year. Do they migrate like my hummingbird?
That I don't know.
Where do they come from anyway?
That I couldn't tell you, but they're there. And they're fun.
It's fun. We cover so many different subjects each week on the Seniors Rock Show, and we've learned a lot. And I wanted to mention one more time that you can get clean air, and I learned about that from Indoor Air Professionals. And I did have the air ducts cleaned, and I know you're probably sick of hearing me say it, but folks, it is wonderful to have clean air in the house as well as outside. You know, we're talking about all these outside activities. Well, when you go back in, you can have clean air. Call Indoor Air Professionals. They have great deals going on. You call Peter Gordon, and he will tell you what you can get at 585-427-8020. He's at extension 303. And, clean air ducts keep your heating and AC system running optimally, too. So you're saving, you're healthier, and healthier people, healthier air. What is wrong with all of that? And, it's one of the things we don't really think about much. So do think about what you're breathing in and out every day and what your family's breathing, and check out the options that you can get at Indoor Air Professionals, and you won't be sorry. Mike? Okay, I'm sorry I'm going on about that again.
No worries. Good, important stuff. Folks, again, thanks for spending an hour with us. Enjoy your holiday weekend. Be well and be kind.
I have a couple of closing thoughts, too. Enjoy the holiday weekend and being with your family and friends, as I said. Celebrate our freedom and that you can enjoy life at every age. Never forget that. And we'll remind you of that every week. Why? Because Seniors rock.